Hello, Amy here with Castiel, wanting to talk to you guys about the nitrogen cycle, or at least what I know of it. I wanted to properly cycle my tank before I got fish, but as I said in a previous video, I did give in 1 week into the fishless cycling process because I found Castiel in a pet store with no Dumbo fin, and all the other fish had more than 3 dead fish per tank, so I went ahead and saved the only 2 albinos that they had, and 3 autos. Sadly, he is the last one left. Like I said, that they were not looking good. He was the only healthy one, and I decided to go for another 2 to see if I could save them with a little bit of general cure after everyone got dosed. Basically, the sick ones just got sicker, and they just died. And like I said, I wasn't trying to do the fish in cycle because it stresses out the fish in such a manner that you'd just rather do the fishless cycle, so you don't have to worry about whether or not you're going to have a spike that will outdo your fish's integrity of immunity. No fish is that immune, to withhandle anything and everything. So you have to keep that in mind. So, essentially, when the ammonia builds up, essentially, decayed fish poo or spoiled plants, the nitrosomonas will begin to grow and consume your ammonia and turn it into nitrites. Your nitrobacter will start to develop and convert your nitrates into nitrates. So that's the nitrogen cycle. It's essentially just establishing these 2 bacteria into your tank. So at one point, you've established that bacteria and gone through the first cycle once ammonia and nitrates read 0. Once you got that, and this reads anything from over 0 but under 20 parts per million, you're going to be in a good way. Once it reads over 20 parts per million, the other 2 are still reading 0. Your tank is obviously still cycled. You just need to do a partial water change to keep these nitrates down. And that's the cool thing about these plants. Plants keep all these things down, so everything helps each other. And I'm really glad that I've done what research I feel like I needed to do, so I'm not completely stressed out over my plants. I mean fish, you don't want to worry about the guys you're trying to rescue going out before they've lived a nice life. And that's why, again, test kits are important. They let you know what's going on in your tank and when to do it. This is the nitrate reading I have today. I couldn't tell if it was 20 or 10 parts per million. So honestly, I'd say 20 because it's so dark that I want to be towards the red, but it's definitely still not completely red, so it's definitely 20 parts per million. I think I'm going to do a partial water change today. Most definitely. My ammonia is reading 0.25 parts per million, and my nitrites are reading 5 parts per million. And that is half as less for both as the other reading on the 9th. And we're reading today on the 11th. So that's pretty good. It's on its way down, and the nitrates are up. It's doing what you want it to do in the cycling process. So, yep, that's just me trying to explain what I know about the cycling process and my progress during my cycling process. You don't want to stress your fish out. And like I said, I do not condone fishing cycles, but I did what I did because I saw that there should be so much more of this man. It's okay. I'm also treating him with methylene blue dips. I think I'm not going to do that today to not stress him out, because he is going to get a change after all these nitrates seem to want to be building up right now, so that's good. I started my cycling process on the 8th of last month, so I think that's pretty good. It was 1 month of of work and dedication, and I seem to be doing what I'm trying to accomplish. So there you are. Bye bye, beta buddies.